Hi, my name is Angelo Tony Luongo once again. We're here with a great band, three beautiful ladies, very talented and hardworking, spiritual, and they're called the Z-Rays. Remember, guys, it's not Z-Rays, it's Z-Rays. All right, check them out. Again, once again, right now they're playing at Planet Kensington in beautiful downtown Toronto. And you can catch them here on ToBeScene Productions, ToBeScene.com. And they'll tell you also where they'll be playing, and we'll fill you in as I keep talking to them right now. I'll introduce you to them first of all. In the middle here we have Cheryl on the drums. And we have here on my left the great guitarist, not Zara, it's Sarah. And on the right here is another guitar player, very talented lady, beautiful. Cheryl drums. No, her name is Cheryl. She doesn't play the drums. Cheryl drums. That's Shannon. I just messed up. That's what's good about ToBeScene. You get to be nuts. You don't even have. We write them on paper.
Throw the paper away. Just throw it away.
We don't want to look like we're professionals, so we use these great two papers.
It's their strategy.
It's our strategy to be different, so we really can have cue cards.
It's edgy.
We can have cue cards, but we want to be original, right, guys? All right. So I'm going to ask you some questions here, so don't lie about the answers, please.
You won't know if we do.
Oh, no. We have a way of weaving stories.
They're very talented. I was nervous about this one. I got to interview women, man. Women make me nervous because they're more talented.
I wanted to mop his brow and he's scared.
They're more talented than me.
Angelo, tape's running.
Okay, okay, the first question that these guys wrote, I didn't write them, so if they're a bad question, guys, don't blame me. How long have you been playing, and how did everybody meet each other? We'll start from the left here, Sarah.
Okay, we've been playing for maybe 3 years, 2.5 to 3. And we met because I basically saw these guys play in other bands. They were in other bands, and I went, I want to play with her, and I want to play with her. And I went, and then that's it. But surf it's great rock and roll.
Yeah, you guys
and
are awesome.
And it's people's music. Like, people can get into it and dance, and it's not too intellectual.
Yeah, you guys like me.
Our brains can handle it. We can figure out the songs.
Cool. All right. What do you find to be the biggest difference between surf music played in the 1960s and compared to today and the 1990s?
The interesting thing about this is that all the bands that play the 60s music and the 90s play it. Aren't we in 2000 and something now? 2006. I could be wrong, but...
Yeah, I'm just following the question.
They play it exactly the same. You get the same reverb, you get the same sound, they're playing exactly the same notes, and I think that's where we're different, is that we can't quite figure out exactly how they played it, so we put our own spin on the surf music. Turns out to be a little more punk rock and a little more freeform, I think, than the bands that, and I'm not putting down those bands at all. Like, the whole scene in Toronto is amazing, but we don't try and play it note for note and get exactly the same reverb and exactly the same sound that those bands got.
All right, cool. What's your perception on that?
It's the exact same thing, actually, because there's no way I could, copy, the drummer from the Ventures.
Well, what's the point? It's been done. So if you're going to do it now, you got to put a modern spin on it. Otherwise, why do something that's been done 40 years ago? So I think playing at Planet Kensington every Saturday has totally informed us. Playing in a punk club and having to play that hard and that rocking, it's helped create the sound and made it, given a modern spin to something that's old.
Okay, cool.
Older.
What does it take for an instrumental band to stand out above other instrumental bands?
Vocals.
Do they need a... No, it says, do they need a... That's a good... So can I sing with you then, maybe a song, or maybe not? Do they need a gimmick of some sort, or go naked, or whatever? What's the answer?
It's the same with any band. It's if you put on a good show, it's a good show. It doesn't matter if you have vocals. People come up to us, they're like, did you ever think about having a vocalist? You're like, oh,
never occurred to me. Never occurred.
Did you ever think about getting a bass player? Oh, no, what's a bass? So if a band puts on a good show, it's not a gimmick, but that's what people relate to. They can tell if you're faking. They can tell if you're up there being really bored and just going through the motions. So if you can get up there, and even if there's only 2 people, have a great show.
Like body language.
Yeah, and your heart's in there. They can tell, even if they don't know music, they can tell if your heart's not into it. They can tell if you're just up like, you know, oh, I'm better than this. I shouldn't be here. I should be in a stadium somewhere in Italy.
Maybe Venice.
Getting a good deli tray.
I'm getting I'm sweating. These women make me sweat. I sweat around women, especially. I'm in love with one. She's probably watching this. Okay, next question. She's gonna say that was the last chance. You blew it. Now you're with 3. Oh, relax. What does it take to play songs in the style of someone that is an influence without copying their ideas or riffs?
Everything's stealing. Everyone steals. Everyone takes a riff and they change it, and that's the history of the music. And the history of blues, history of rock and roll. Someone writes that riff and someone else takes it and they take that. That's my riff now, you know. And they kind of fight about it. But I think the tradition is that you take the riff and you make it your own. Because there are only so many notes on the fretboard. What are you going to do? You can't come up with something entirely new. So you come up with it in your own way.
Yeah, you try not to steal things, but it happens.
No, but you steal or you play or you reference it in your solo. Like, okay, he played it like this, and I play it like this.
Oh, but I think I'm answering not even. I'm saying because I sing as well. And I think even if you take an idea for somebody, you should say, I got that idea from Elvis, or I got it from Shania Twain, or I got it from somebody, and give them the credit that gave you an idea, because it's not good to say, I did this, that, and the other, because what goes around comes around. So I think, you know, you should be
The worst band for that is the Stones.
I don't know.
They're the worst. They or Led Zeppelin, all those bands, they just stole.
I don't know. I want to sing with them, so I'm not going to say a word. They're all,
come on.
They're all great. I love you all. Keep going, guys. Okay, boss, can I continue?
Yeah, you just get going.
Okay,
I like
good.
this question.
Do you get a lot of free drinks, and are there certain drinks you must have when you're playing live to get even funkier?
Yes. On both accounts.
No more Jim Beam.
You guys want to answer that
Oh,
question?
God. Well, we invented this shot called the Z-Ray because we all like different shots. And it's not like we're actually not a big band for like getting really hammered and stuff, but because we play 3 sets, we end up getting hammered. But Cheryl drinks Wild Turkey, right? Mm-hmm. Shannon
Apple corn,
but before it was the Jaeger. And I'm a vodka drinker, so we invented the shot that was Jaeger, Wild Turkey with vodka on top. It was called the Z-Ray.
It's not that bad.
Really good.
It's actually pretty good.
Because the vodka goes straight down your throat and you end up with the Jaeger. And it's really sweet, except for Mike, he didn't have the pores on the bottle, so the bar was covered in booze. He'd have to make 16 or 17 of these drinks because everybody was having the Z-Ray. And the bar is just covered in alcohol.
Can I ask you a question talking about Z-Ray? Your band is called Z-Ray. I added my own there, boss? Is that okay? Z-Ray, where'd you get the name Z-Ray from?
It's from a boys' annual from the 60s from England. It's called the Lion Annual, and it's a comics. It's one of these that they have like comics about World War II jet fighters, and you know for boys. And it was Robot Archie and the Z-Ray.
Oh, cool.
So
you heard it first here at ToBeScene. It's not Z-Rays, it's Z-Rays. Eh?
But you can say whatever you want, and that this debate was interesting to us because we never even thought about it. That Z or Z was a point, and there are people who come to see us that refuse to say Z-Ray. They'll say Z-Ray. They refuse. They go, no, I won't say Z-Ray, because they say it's American. They say it's American, and it's interesting though. But I like that actually. I was thinking about it today because I like that they want to make that distinction. It's like we're not, it's a Canadian band. It's a Canadian term, so.
So you don't care as long as they. But
I didn't even think. Show, right? I didn't even think about it. Just to me, it sounds better. Z-Ray sounds better than Z-Ray.
All right, ladies, you guys are very cool. You're too smart for me today. My boss is taking over. I lost my job.
We'll play a benefit. Bye, Angelo. Some new suits.